What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge and we are back today with a quick update video in regards to going forward, how we are going to be treating the hoarding of items and resources in the game. So for those of you that were not aware, if you recall, I'll just put this on the screenshot here. Later in the blog post last week, they made an announcement with respect to time-stamped items. So essentially what's going to happen now with the inbox with items being gathered, there's going to be an auto-claim system where if they are expiring, they're just going to be automatically claimed. And the reasoning for this is that they are trying to discourage and obviously not wanting players to hoard resources meant for specific events. They also made commentary that they're going to be tuning events going forward so that this ensures that these limited time events are going to be, fair across all boards for players, but as well doesn't give an advantage for each other, especially for those that are saving resources and trying to get an edge in the events, right? Now, we know, it's been back and forth. There's pros and cons, obviously, to it. And personally, guys, I don't like to be, playing the game in a way to actually cheat the game as well. But, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for using resource management and so forth. But the one thing they clearly did not go through, though, however, is what's going to be happening to the gear, the orbs, all the different materials that we actually have in game, right? So I'll give you an example. Previously we've seen with these milestone events, there's none live right now, but we've seen with historically milestone events that, they've encouraged the use of training orbs as well as gold orbs in order to add points to that. Heck, I think we had one actually a couple weeks back where the opening of training orbs added actually to the milestone points. So that's what I mean. This has not been addressed, and it's a pretty big point in my opinion, guys, because honestly speaking, like I said, I personally don't want to be holding all this too. I really enjoyed previously before when I made videos of openings and so forth, but now I'm also in that same mentality where I'm saving up a lot of resources. So what should you guys be saving? What should we not be opening? That's the real question, because that's the reason why I budget a certain number of red star orbs so I can save that as well. Premium orbs I think are pretty safe to open if you're newer in the game. Plus premium orbs allow you the opportunity to get character shard unlocks, and that's going to really further progress your game. But more specifically, I think the two orbs that they need to talk about and address going forward is definitely the gold orbs and as well as the training orbs. The risk right now is that we've seen historically with their events, these are the main two that are utilized. Everything else like milestone, T2, T3 gear materials, milestones, armory, all these ones have typically never been seen in events. So we're pretty safe to open them as well. And then, blitz orbs, they're unique in the sense that there's always a featured character. In this case, Braun's been in there for quite some time, but I know folks do like to save these orbs specifically when there are new characters coming in. So is that going to change as well? As you can see, I've built up quite a few of the credits here to actually open the blitz orbs too, but again, I don't need the gear, so that's why I haven't opened it. But it's definitely something they should talk about as well. So just some missed points, obviously, feedback for them, but as well, the other big one is the raid store too. As you can see, as you're playing the game, doing raids, day over day, you're going to be accumulating purple, orange, and especially the teal gear in preparation for Dark Dimension 6 here. But we're getting a lot of these orbs built up over time. It would be really cool in the future if they did address this in terms of maybe there's a way we can actually convert certain gear materials to different orbs that we can utilize, right? And that way, they're giving the player base more autonomy and control kind of over excess resources, because otherwise our resources are just going to be constantly growing, especially our raid credits, our blitz credits. Arena credits at least is a good one because of the fact that there's arena orbs and there's always featured characters. Right now it's Deathlock, but yeah, I mean, that's just something for them to consider as well. Another potential issue here is also kind of what they're doing with the war store. So I do like the fact that they finally added the teal gear war orb here that we can utilize. This was big. And Cosmic Crucible hasn't been an issue yet, but there's really some really powerful and coveted characters in here like Agatha Harkness, so Gambit, Hulkbuster, Abomination. So players won't have a hard time using these featured fragments and gear materials, especially if you're going through and buying the teal gear here as well. So I think Cosmic Store is actually pretty well balanced. The Crucible Store, I mean. But other than that, I think the big elephant in the room is what's going to happen to all the other larger orbs, such as gold, such as training. Do they want to encourage us to open everything else? Is there an opportunity for us in the future here where we can utilize, some of the gear that we don't use anymore, such as the purple and blue, and be able to convert that to orange and teal, because that's kind of where we're segueing towards, right? And once you have that conversion system in place, I think it's just going to create a lot of agency for us to really be able to manipulate our gear and resource management. And then same with the Ultimus Orb too, guys. This is a good one in the sense that you can open it for a lot of characters that may not be farmable. But again, it just goes into that never-ending circle where if you do get duplicate character shards again, it's just going to turn into Ultimus credit fodder, and then it's just rinse and repeat, right? So over and over, the cycle will go. So definitely good things to consider, but I think it's the right step in the right direction. Hopefully that translates to better events as well, and that means tuning them down so that way players, they're not factoring in players saving resources. But it's definitely a big point that they missed, unfortunately. So hopefully that gets addressed. Let me know what you guys think in comments below, but going forward, I would still be conservative right now. This is expected to kick in actually tomorrow, June 21st, for the auto claim system. So we'll see how that goes, how the effectiveness of it is. Just be on the watch for your resources and see if the system is working as intended, because it is a brand new patch and update, and from what we've seen historically, it may sometimes work, it may not. So just be keeping track of your resources, maybe even testing an auto claim and seeing if it's working as intended, and be ready to flag support if needed, right? Thank you as always. Do appreciate you guys checking my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.